just get so angry at the cheating people the other end. And you
What's
can tell
that?
they're cheating because like there's no possible way.
Who's cheating? Where? Sorry,
People on FIFA.
FIFA.
How do you cheat on FIFA?
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I've read quite a lot recently, and there is a lot of cheating in the FIFA game, and I mean computer game, not real like FIFA football. And
That's a given, isn't it?
Oh, well,
There's lots of cheating in football.
Yeah. But yeah, I was watching a mate play it the other day, and he goes up against someone that's a much, much lower like skill and rank level than him online, but somehow has every single one of the best players at the highest.
You mean on Ultimate Team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
I can't play it like that. It gets on my nerves.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
That's fine.
I can't comment, and so I shall not.
Good.
What we should do is a podcast.
Yeah.
This is a SNEWS Button podcast where we bring you a bunch of movie and pop culture news. We do have another podcast. It's a review podcast. We do 2 every week. If you'd like to have a listen to our back catalogue, you can find us in all your usual podcasty type places.
Do you want to introduce it, or is that the next bit? Oh, that's just like a preamble advert.
That's before the music.
Yeah.
As usual.
It's more confusing now. We don't just play the music.
What? We've never just played the music.
Yeah, we did. Remember, we used to play the music live.
Oh, and we used to sing over the top of it.
Yeah, it was fun that because it used to get progressively weirder.
Yeah, that's why we stopped doing it. So it just got too like.
Just got to the point where you're saying AIDS over again, and I'm going bum cancer, and that just doesn't do for good listening, really, when it's just too much of it.
So before we do anything else, we should mention our competition, which is still running, ladies and gents. If you want to enter that, it may be that we've made the competition a little too complicated, and nobody's entered yet. So if you'd like an 11 Stranger Things figure from McFarlane, so it's a very good quality figure, retails at about £20. All you need to do is just send us Hot Rodimus's stats from Transformers. You can look them up on the internet, or you can find them read out by Ross on our show from the 31st of last month. Send us a private message or an email with those details. Like and share the post on Facebook, and you can win that figure. Simple as that.
The competition post, yeah? There's a specific competition
That's
post.
right. It's pinned to the top of our Facebook page.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Easy to find.
First person to do that is the winner.
That's all you have to do.
Hopefully that's all right with strangeworldcollectables.co.uk. We'll just keep plugging those guys.
Yeah.
For a little while.
They've been lovely and given us a prize.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've all been...
rubbish.
Rubbish, yeah. We know you're all listening. We've seen the stats. All we need you to do is tell us Hot Rodimus's stats.
We do have, actually thinking about it, quite a lot of listeners outside of the country. This could well be a problem.
Yeah, maybe they haven't entered because we're over here and it's going to be too complicated in their eyes to send something abroad, which is fair enough.
Well, we did open it only for people in the UK, that's the point. So, yeah. So, yes, somebody from the UK, quick, go and answer that question. Win yourself a figure. That'd be amazing.
And maybe one day, if we can, we'll end up doing a worldwide competition. But for the moment...
In the meantime, everybody please go and visit strangeworldcollectables.co.uk.
They're very, very good.
We do have some other listener replies about, something specific we can cover in a little while.
Oh.
When we get to the comic book section, I reckon. So, box office.
Have we even done the music yet?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm time travelling. Da-da-da-da. Cool, box office. Go, go, go.
Guess what's at the bloody top?
Mamma Mia 2.
Wow. Yes, the world is that topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
It's Ocean's 8, mate.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Apparently...
The trailer looks really good.
Apparently it's pretty Ocean's great. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's all right, apparently. So,
I like the originals, like as in the proper originals, and I liked the first of the remakes, and then... Yeah, but the trailer looks good. I'm up for watching it, so I wouldn't go to cinema, though.
No, I don't know if I would, but...
What's it doing?
It took 41.5 million this weekend.
Wow.
And silly Star Wars and Deadpool only took like 15 each.
Well, there's still shitloads, really.
But still a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're still doing quite well. And Hereditary's at number 4, if you know what Hereditary is. It's that horror film that we're all waiting for. And then you've got Avengers at number 5.
Still there.
Still there. So, might be more interesting to get some worldwide totals this week.
I'd quite like to see Avengers again, actually.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. We've not really spoken about it, have we? We avoided it all because of, well, we waited for everybody in the world to see it, really.
Me.
Well, Ross.
Yeah, Ross.
He was one of the last people in the world.
Did you know none of it's got spoiled?
None of it.
Oh, no. What, actually, there was one tiny little spoiler that didn't make sense to me. What are those little things that are a bit like Lego?
What do you mean? In real life or in the
like
film?
The micro blocks or whatever they're called.
There was a Thanos and on top of a shelf, and then there was Gamora at the bottom of the shelf laying inside. But I didn't know who it was. And because the Mega Blocks things aren't very good.
No.
And I was just like, and I watched the film, and it wasn't until that scene. It wasn't until you already knew in that scene what was going to happen.
Yeah.
When I went, my brain went, oh yeah, I saw that, and that's the only thing. So I had like a .001 of a spoiler spoilt for me.
It's not even a spoiler from the comics or anything. So it's like amazing.
People have been quite respectful. I like that.
Well, Thanos did send a letter out threatening everyone.
Did he?
So, yeah, beforehand he sent a letter out.
I didn't get it.
No, it was an online thing saying, I am Thanos, don't spoil this for everyone, or I'll destroy the universe. So I think people kind of went with the fun of that and respected it.
I read a really funny Your Mama on on Twitter the other day. Your mama's so fat, Thanos had to click twice.
Brilliant.
Nice.
So, yes, worldwide totals. Hereditary. That's taken 13 and on a 10 million budget. So, straight away, the usual for horror movies. It's going to do very well, I think. Although it's not really got great...
reviews?
Yeah. I was going to say...
you surprised me that a horror movie is making loads of money, but it's not very good.
Well, it's Blumhouse, and it's supposed to be a bloody amazing film.
I don't think it looks very good. I saw the trailer properly at a cinema and when I went to see Deadpool 2, and I don't honestly think it looks very good. I think it looks average, sort of scary horror film rather than decent ones that company have done before. So I'm not holding any reservations.
They're all over the place at the moment. They've got so many films coming out. It's ridiculous. We've got a bit of a list about them later on. So, you like lists. We'll do that later.
Ross does.
Han Solo, that has currently taken 312 million on a 250 plus marketing budget. Deadpool has taken 655 on a 110 plus marketing budget.
Cool.
Sorry, what's Solo's worldwide now?
312.
Oh, so it has made money.
Yeah.
It's not,
well, it depends how much they spent on marketing, which they're not releasing.
Okay.
I don't think it was much.
But
this
is always bollocks,
late.
Isn't it? Because most of these films, over their lifetime, make plenty of money, don't
true.
they?
Very true.
It's all this... I don't understand why they've got to make $1 billion in 3 days.
Yeah, I don't... but then everything's gone like that. The music industry, film industry, TV, gaming, everything has projected budgets and stuff that they have to hit by certain points, otherwise it's deemed like a failure and stuff. And it's like, well...
With a lot of movies as well, as soon as you get past the cinema, when you get to home release, piracy is such an issue that it kind of stops there, doesn't it? The amount of profit that can be made is not what it used to be.
No,
but then...
not true. We've had this conversation live. Yeah. Pirates pirate.
Yeah, but they didn't always pirate this much.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. When it was VHS, there was still the same amount of piracy going on. It just wasn't as clear. I think that's
there was also, like, the way things were released. Now, you can go to the cinema and watch Black Panther, and then in, like, 8 weeks' time, you can buy the digital version of it.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Whereas back when it was VHS and shit...
6 months or so.
A year and a half.
Oh, it was years before it was...
Yeah.
It would do this thing where it would be like a year nearly till it was out of the video shop, and then it'd have a year on the shelf in the video shop, and then it would
Before
be
you
allowed
could
on
buy it.
Sky.
Yeah.
And then it would be like 2.5 years before it'd get a network TV release. And now you
I don't know
just go...
if it was that long.
And now you would just go...
It was years.
It was a really long time.
Right.
It got shorter and shorter as time went on because they realised that it was just ridiculous, and that people ended up going and buying a pirated VHS copy from the pool table in the local pub off of the Chinese guy who had a backpack full of
It's a bit
them.
racist.
Well, no, that's just who he was. There's a Chinese guy who used to come in, open up a backpack and pour VHSs out on the pool table and go, what do you want? And you just look through
Was that
them.
racist?
That's why you are.
That's how he said it. That's how he said it. It's an impression of that particular man. And yeah, like you just look at them all, and he'd sell them for like quite a few quid each, and people used to snap them up.
Did he change the name like on Lego? Star Laws. You want Star Laws?
No.
Is that racist? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
No. He just had, obviously printed out covers on the videos, and obviously the films hadn't come out on video by that point, so it was like a pirated copy. And that was what would happen because you're waiting so long for Yeah,
I don't know if with the amount of stuff that I consume now, I don't know if obviously I do watch stuff online quite a lot. I don't know if I'd have been able to watch as much as I do now back then. You know what I mean? I watch something every night.
Yeah. No, there is more, but there's more content, Chris, as well.
Yeah, true.
That's the thing. There's not...
There wasn't enough to entertain me to watch something every night unless I was watching the same thing over and over again when I was younger.
Watch the same... Like, when you went and hired a movie...
You watched it 4
Transformers
times.
movie.
Yeah,
oh, mate, Transformers movie, I think probably the weekend I hired it over, I probably just watched it solid non-stop.
I remember watching Return of the Jedi 4 times in a row at a mate's house one Sunday when we were kids.
Because you couldn't, because it was so novel to be able to do that. It's a film you've seen at the cinema, and then you get it on video, and you're just like, watch it. Should we watch it again?
Straight away.
Oh
no, wait. Let's make some chips and then watch it again.
Look, anyway, we better crack on because there's loads to be getting through. But Avengers, the worldwide total on that one, we're going to just leak straight into comic book stuff here. So the worldwide total, the worldwide take for Avengers so far is just under 2 billion.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
1,998 million. So, yes, apparently...
Wow. So the second movie's all profit.
Basically, yeah.
Because what did you say? It was going to cost like 2 billion, wasn't it, to make them both... To make and market was going to cost...
So, right, okay, so this has come out in the news this week. So Infinity War cost up to $450,000 a day to film, which means that its production budget... the production budget for both movies works out at 1.5 billion.
And
then marketing.
And $500 million of marketing.
And then marketing, yeah.
So
2 billion.
They've
so you're
hedged
right.
their bets that everything from now on's profit.
Yep.
Wow. So when the Blu-rays come out, because that's the thing, the Marvel fans will buy
no,
the
it's not
Blu-rays.
that. It's when the second movie comes out.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
It's the fucking Return of the Jedi of the Avengers
and
films,
then you got,
isn't it, at this point?
But then you've got the Blu-rays coming out and the toys and all the other stuff that goes with it. Like, for each one of the films, that's a whole, it's all profit. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they shot for a year, from January to January, with about 2 weeks in between. And, it went over budget. Not surprising. And at the moment, it's the 4th all-time top 10 movie, but 35th when you adjust for inflation.
Yeah.
At the moment, half of the top 10 before inflation are Disney-owned properties.
But the thing is, before inflation, all the other films, people went to the cinema more. So,
but they,
so it kind of makes sense that it would be 35th before inflation.
Yeah.
Like that kind of makes sense.
But that comment you made about Disney, they own them now, but they didn't.
They didn't back in the day.
Most of the money,
but we're talking before inflation,
have they?
No, we're talking before inflation. So the Star Wars movies that are in the top 10 before inflation are the most recent ones.
Right.
Because it's only the original Star Wars that's still in the top 10 adjusting for inflation.
Right.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Good. So, Phase 4. Kevin Feige's been on, hasn't he? Did you see the interview?
I haven't yet, no.
Okay.
I missed it. What's going on?
He was having a little chat about Phase 4, and he said, basically, we need to expect to be dealing with characters that are cosmic, and, we don't really know who they are. So that sort of reeks of Eternals, really.
Okay.
So that's a thing. Hawkeye is being punted for a standalone movie.
Cool, I'm up for that.
I'm up for that
I like
as well.
that character. I don't know why everyone takes the mix so much.
Did you see the poster that they released for Avengers 4, by any chance?
Well, they
it 4?
replaced everyone's faces with his.
What's the next one? It is 4, isn't it?
He is a bit generic video game guy, though, isn't he?
Hawkeye.
Yeah, but he's not.
Well, just Jeremy Renner as well.
But no, but his humour in the films is great.
However, it depends where they go with his character, because if they do the Ronin thing, then he'll be cool. So he takes on another persona. Do you know this, Ross?
Do I want to know it?
Do you want to know it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's entirely up to you. But yeah, he stops being Hawkeye and just becomes more of a badass, kind of on his own, kind of a like a gun for hire.
Yeah, mercenary type.
Mercenary,
Cool.
yeah. So new costume and stuff. But in the poster for the next Avengers movie, he's still got his old costume on. So that says that he's not going down the Ronin path just yet. But Hulk, on the other hand, has got a uniform on.
What?
And he doesn't look all like super hulked out.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, go and have a look
Could
at
be
the...
going down the Joe
Half Hulk.
Fix-It route.
Exactly, Joe Fix-It, kind of Professor Hulk, that sort of thing.
Ooh!
Is there such a thing as like a half Hulk then?
Yeah, that's it. Well, there have been loads, yeah. There are lots of different types of Hulk. There's Hulk when he hulks out, and he becomes Clue, sorry. K-L-U-H. So that's Hulk when he gets... Is it Hulk when he gets sad? When he gets super sad or something, he turns into Clue. Do you remember?
I can't remember. I get so confused. There's so many versions of the Hulk.
It's a specific emotion that he has to feel to turn into Clue. But and he has to be Hulk first. Then there's... What's the Joe character? The
Joe Fix-It.
Joe Fix-It, who's like the Grey Hulk.
He goes and works as a doorman for a gangster's casino in Vegas.
He becomes like a millionaire and stuff, doesn't he? And just like, he's quite a cool guy. And then there's, Professor Hulk, which is kind of like a half and half. So he's got Banner's vocabulary and just generally his brain, but he's still pretty hulky, you know?
And this is what it could be.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking, yeah.
Does that get them around licensing issues for him to have a standalone movie?
No, it doesn't. That's a good thought, though, but I don't think it does. But they don't really need to, because they're doing the movie within a movie thing with him, aren't they? So this next movie is the final part of his trilogy within the movies, because they can't do a standalone movie for the Hulk.
Right, okay.
They've taken all the content that they wanted for a Hulk story arc and split it up into 3 movies.
Okay.
As sub-stories.
Which is Thor onwards.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers 3 and 4.
Cool.
Black Widow standalone, we know about that one. And Avengers 4, the title, is going to be revealed next week, apparently. Oh. Ooh. So we should look forward to that.
I think this is going to be a good opportunity to tap out as well, isn't it?
If you wanted to, yeah. I think after Avengers 4, personally,
I think that would be my tap out of going to the cinema.
That's like, I want the DVD complete box set of all the movies up till that point, and I'll be happy with that.
Well, you got PlayStation now. Get them on Blu-ray.
Well, true.
I see what you're saying.
I own all of the Marvel films on Blu-ray so far, of the MCU Marvel films. I've bought them as they've come out, each one.
It's a lot.
I kind of wish you had them as a box set.
I like buying them, but yeah, the collector's thing, I'm not too fussed about that. I just like owning the movies and having them in a row.
I'll tell you what you like more.
Go on.
Suicide Squad.
Go on, what have you got to say?
Suicide Squad 2, Adam.
Right.
Would you're not interested in DC at all at the moment, are you? So this is probably not going to be good for you. So Suicide Squad 2 has added writers David Barr Katz and Todd Stashwick. Now you're probably thinking, who the fuck are they?
It just sounds like you're being rude.
Well, I'm not. They are real people.
Okay.
They exist. One of them, David Barr Katz, is a stage show and TV writer. And Todd Stashwick has been involved with... That was a drum roll, by the way.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf, the TV show.
Crap.
12 Monkeys, the TV show.
Good for the first 4 episodes, then shit.
And Gotham.
Utter shit. So not a great writing team, then.
This is not adding high hopes to the bloody franchise.
Well, maybe they'll do a better job.
We'll see. They're only writing it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
It's still got to have Snyder Vision smeared all over it like a dirty child.
And then they've got to take it off of the director and give it to somebody else to cut up and redistribute anyway. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But there is an animated film that came out this week. A Suicide Squad one. I don't know if you've seen it kicking around.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
But, yeah. Apparently it's quite good.
Oh.
I haven't got the title written down, but, yeah. I'm going to go and watch it, actually, over the next couple of days.
Cool.
Anything could be better than Batman Ninja. While we're on the subject of Suicide Squad, though, the Joker, Jared Leto. He's going to get his own standalone Joker movie.
And not because he deserves it or because it's a good idea, but because he's pissed off that so many people didn't like his version, so he's being a spoilt child and paying for the fucking thing himself.
Well,
dickhead.
You can understand that he would like to have his part kind of expanded upon a little, because 90% of what he did was just left on the cutting room floor, which is a big shame because he obviously put quite a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, but it was awful.
But you haven't seen enough of it, Adam, to really judge it, I don't think.
He was an awful version of the Joker.
You just don't like him. That's half the problem.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. I've seen him in a couple of things now where I've gone, he's all right in that. He wasn't good as the Joker. That Joker doesn't make any sense.
Personally, I think it might be the case that they want to go down the route of exploring the Robin storyline, because obviously that costume showed up in Batman vs Superman. And if that is the Death in the Family or Red Hood kind of storyline they want to go for, they kind of need him. So
no, they could just do alternate versions of DC reality and stop trying to make a series of films that are connected, and just do a different film with him telling that story, and then and not connect it to the others, and that might work.
It might do, but I don't know. I like Jared Leto, and I quite like to see more of this Joker and see what happens with it. And if they do the Death in the Family thing, maybe they could do choose whether or not Robin lives or dies or whatever, like they did in the comics.
I thought.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
So Death in the Family is the one where Robin is tied up in a chair. The Joker's got him. And
Isn't
then,
that the second Robin?
Yes.
And the first Robin is the Joker, or is
it's the storyline?
First Joker becomes Red Hood. No, it's this guy that becomes Red Hood, isn't it?
Oh, okay, right. I'm getting confused now.
Is this the storyline for basically Arkham Knight, the video game?
I don't know. You tell us. So
don't know.
Have you not played the third one?
I thought it was awful.
So Joker's got
with the boat with the car.
Car, yeah. I just couldn't play it for long enough.
You see the Joker. The Joker's dead, but you see him all the time because you're going mad because you're Batman. He's always a bit mad,
right?
And then there's a guy that turns out to be. You think Robin's been killed, but then it turns out that Robin's the bad guy, the Arkham Knight.
Right. Okay. So in Death in the Family, Robin has been nabbed by the Joker, and they got in. Robin's tied to a chair in a warehouse, and the people writing the comics said, "Right, you, the reading public, what's going to happen? Is the Joker going to kill him, or will he escape?" And then put it to a vote to the public, and the public voted that they kill him. So they killed off that Robin, and he came back as the Red Hood like a few years later on.
Yeah, I think it's
public are arseholes.
Stolen. They just used that idea. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
But why don't they do that as a choose-your-own-adventure movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Fine. But yeah, you're right. Jared Leto is executive producer on the movie, so he will be expected to front a bit of cash. We did have some Facebook comments. We did have some Facebook comments about it.
Go on.
Facebook. Read it like you're orbiting round an asteroid. Bowie.
Jamie Hayward, friend of the show, said, "I personally didn't mind him as the Joker. It was just a crap film which probably didn't help matters. It's always nice to see a fresh portrayal of a character, especially the Joker, with performances from Heath Ledger, Mark Hamill and Troy Baker. It's hard to get this role right. I'd be happy to see more of him as long as DC up their game, as they're pretty poor at the moment."
I think everyone just got pissed off with the savage tattoos, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't imagine the Joker, any version of the Joker, within the sort of mythos of what the Joker is, being able to sit down long enough to let someone tattoos that good on him. If his tattoos had been awful and all scratchy and
like he'd done them himself,
like a nutter with a ballpoint pen and a needle.
Yeah, like he'd done it himself, or a tattooist had been doing them and then he got bored halfway through and killed the tattooist, so he's only got half a tattoo done. That would have been more believable. But all the tattoos were so perfect.
Depends, though. Depends.
Remember when the original footage came out and everyone went, "No, they've just photoshopped them on."
Yeah, yeah.
No, the original still, wasn't it? And they looked so perfect, everyone was just photoshopped. It can't be real. And then the film comes out and everyone's, "It's fucking real, mate."
Yeah. However, if he is an old Robin, and he's just entered into the world of crime, using the Joker persona and become really rich really quickly and taken on this position, why couldn't he have proper professional looking tattoos?
Because I still don't think, if you've gone that mad that you've gone from being Batman's sidekick to becoming a Joker, I don't imagine you could. You'd be just as mad as the Joker, and the mythos would still carry, and the tattoos wouldn't be perfect. They'd be all over the place. They'd probably be even worse than on the actual Joker.
What if he's just pretending to be as mad as a Joker? Because he just wants to get back at Batman.
Yeah,
Because he's done
why?
something really wrong.
I can't imagine he'd go to the length of the tattoos though, like without making them really
Maybe it's
mad
henna.
and
You don't know.
offensive. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's going for a henna for hippie phase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joker's hippie phase.
Martin Black said, "Can't say I cared for his portrayal, but then I didn't like the actual film either. Maybe with a fully fleshed out film, really go down the dark route with it, it could work. But hopes aren't high."
No.
So yeah, there we go. Not really positive reactions all round.
No,
At all.
Yeah, it's difficult to be positive about it.
Yeah, fair enough. There you go. Here's something that you might prefer though, Adam.
Go on.
Kickass reboot.
What?
Kickass reboot. No?
Why reboot it?
Well, Matthew Vaughn he's opening a new studio and he's going for a Kickass reboot and a Kingsman universe. Kingsman universe.
Right.
Kingman. Are you the Queen? No, I'm the Kingman. Oh, hello. I'm Kingman. I've just got a universe. I'm married to Queen Lady.
Anyway, look, Matthew Vaughn is basically he said he's going to go for a Mark Miller,
Yeah.
like full on Mark Miller assault. So he's going with
He's done that already. The only movies he's made are Mark Miller comic books.
and he's going with
But Netflix own the rights now, don't they? Is it Netflix have bought the rights
No
to
idea.
the Millerverse?
no idea.
But
oh no,
not
no.
But they don't get Kick-Ass and Kingsman in that.
That's it. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, there
So
you go.
he's the one that's got those, right.
So he said, look at what Mark Miller's doing with
It's
the comic.
wanted Mark Miller as well.
Yes, it is actually. Yeah.
yeah.
So he said, look what Mark Miller's doing with the comics for clues of how he's going to go about the reboot for Kick-Ass. So apparently there's a female character that's taken over the role. Do you know about this?
No.
I
Okay.
stopped reading Kick-Ass after Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah, so did I.
I
but-
stopped after the Hit Girl prequel.
Okay. So, Patience Lee, a single mother, takes on the mantle of Kick-Ass in the comics, apparently. So that could well be where the film's going to go.
Okay.
We're also going to get a standalone Hit Girl feature.
If it's
Who's
what's
going to
her
play
name?
Hit Girl?
As long as it's Moritz or whatever her name
Chloe
is.
Grace Moretz.
That's the one.
isn't it?
If it's her, then that's cool. If they fully change it, if they change Kick-Ass and make it make sense, and it becomes the mother of a kid that dies, and Kick-Ass has died, and it's all different. That's cool. But yeah,
Best thing is, if it's a prequel, we can get Nicolas Cage back, can't we?
yeah,
He was good.
Yeah, he was good in it. His Adam West impression was amazing.
And the Kingsman universe, that's pretty interesting. So we've got the third film coming with the main story arc of Eggsy.
Right.
And then you've got a spin-off called Kingsman: The Great Game, exploring the spy organisation in the early 1900s. Those two are going to be shooting back-to-back, so they are definitely happening.
Oh.
And then you've got a Statesman spin-off being discussed, obviously looking at the American counterparts.
Yeah.
And then finally you've got a TV show of the Kingsman franchise as well.
What?
All from the same studio.
The Statesman one, they should just do in like the 60s or 70s. Basically make it like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Good period. Cold
Yeah.
War.
Bit hipster.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot of stuff.
I still haven't seen the second Kingsman.
It's all right. I
It's
tell you
not
what, it's
great.
definitely better than what that Robin Hood looks like.
Yeah, fair enough. It's worth seeing for Elton John's cameo.
It just carries.
Or
It's the
cameos.
same level as the first one. It's nothing. That's
Yeah.
quite about, but
I
it's
don't
quite
A lot
think
of
it's
funny.
as
people
good.
say it's more cartoony.
Oh yeah, it's way more cartoony, but it's funny because of it.
Right. Okay.
It's a bit like
Austin
it's
Powers
a bit more
without
like
the
Austin.
cheese.
Austin Powers. It's exactly like Austin Powers, except for they replaced the cheese with violence.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So that's it for that, really. Unless there's anything else you want to say about it.
No, that's
I think it's a bit
fine.
bonkers, personally.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of
It's nuts.
It
lot of
is.
stuff.
Is there that much in all those? Is there all that in those characters?
No, not from the comics.
There you go.
The comics are very surface level enjoyment.
It's all about the violence, man.
Yeah.
And the sex. And the violence. And probably the sex.
I love Miller's work, but like some of it, like Kick-Ass is good, the comics, but the Kingsman comics are
They're just going to end up trying too hard.
Oh.
There you go. Anyway, right. TV stuff.
Oh,
His Dark Materials.
it's still happening.
It is still happening. The BBC
Cool.
are producing this one.
Interesting.
So it's a TV show. We've got a bit of a cast. We've got James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Ruth Wilson, who played... Oh, no, she was in Locke and Saving Mr. Banks. I don't know if you guys know who she is. Clark Peters, who you would recognise, a black bloke from John Wick, The Wire and 3 Billboards.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And, and that's scheduled to be hitting screens in like 2 years' time.
Are they doing it in conjunction with anyone else?
What, the BBC?
Yeah.
No idea.
Because they're really good when they do stuff with HBO. If I had to only have 10 episodes of TV ever to take on a desert island, it would be Band of Brothers.
Well, there was a sequel as well, wasn't there?
No, it's
Or another one? Was it
similar?
It was Pacific.
Called The Pacific.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Was it not
It's not
HBO
really a
and the
sequel
BBC?
because it ran at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody jumping on the war bandwagon.
No, sorry. Well, I mean, it's not
Historically.
a sequel or a prequel, is it? The Second World War.
Oh, I see.
It just happened in another hemisphere.
Got you.
Is that a sequel? No, it happened across the same time frame. Just different people in a different land. How does that work?
See what you mean.
Well, the boats they got on went left instead of right.
So so that we can look forward to that at some point. We'll give you a release date as soon as we know it. Other stuff in the movie world. We've got a bit of a Star Wars leak this week, Ross. Did you read about that?
No, tell me.
So a Reddit user says that he's seen a scene from Star Wars that features Finn, Poe Dameron and Rose Tico with DJ having a bit of a Temple of Doom style dinner with the Jabba the Hutt crew. But who's the Jabba the Hutt character that turns up? Or is it Jabba the Hutt's son that turns up in Rebels? It's supposed to be quite badly handled.
Not in Rebels, in Clone War, isn't it?
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Jabba the
okay.
Hutt's son, isn't
Yeah,
it? That
there you
goes
go.
missing, yeah. That's the low point for Star Wars. Like, Clone Wars... The Clone Wars movie is, like, right up there with the holiday special, isn't it?
I've not seen either.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Right, okay. But, yes, so apparently the...
Jiwana Wanga.
Apparently, who are the Empire now? The...
First Order.
So apparently the First Order bust in when they're having this meal and it all gets broken up and they have to leg it. But something to do with DJ working with the Hutts.
Who's DJ?
Oh, Benicio del Toro's
Oh,
character?
does he get out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently so. If this is true, it could all be bullshit. Because it's a Reddit user. So who knows?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the leaks for The Force Awakens were pretty damn...
Were they spot on?
Yeah.
Interesting. That aside, Rian Johnson reckons his Star Wars trilogy might be ready to go by 2020. Well, the first part of it.
Wow.
So we aiming for these like 2 a year or something, aren't we? Two
It's
Star
not
Wars
gonna-
films a year?
It's not... They haven't started production. They haven't started...
I thought it was one a year.
They haven't
but
started
it was alternate
pre-production,
years.
have they, on the next movie after Episode 9, have they?
No,
We don't even know what it is, do we?
That'll probably be one of Rian Johnson's.
When's
won't it?
Celebration this year?
Don't know. So yeah, we could end up getting like a Star Wars story movie the 1 year and then a saga story the year after.
Yeah.
Being one of these Rian Johnson movies. But then again, we've also got Jon Favreau's TV series taking place after The Return of the Jedi and before the Force Awakens.
Is Rian Johnson doing episodes 10, 11 and 12?
No, I think they're going to... Oh, I tell you what, yes, I think you're right. It's a continuation of the Rey and Finn characters, isn't it? And their storyline. So technically, yes, it's 10, 11, 12. But it's not a Skywalker saga story.
Right. But do you think they're going to be episodes?
It will be episodic, yeah.
So it will be... What are we going to get next? See, what's muddied the water even more is there's no Star Wars Celebration this year.
Oh, is there not one?
No, they're skipping this year, and it's Chicago next year.
Well,
It's like
maybe that'll be
300 days away.
their chance to actually get all of this together and unveil it all.
Yeah, make a big announcement on the day at the celebration.
There's
Makes
another
sense.
trilogy being developed by the Game of Thrones guys as well.
Yep.
So
But that could be anywhere, and they could be like, what really suits us if we go back and do the Old Republic,
Yeah.
which
True.
would probably suit them. Like if they did the Sith versus the Jedi back in...
A prequel trilogy to the prequel trilogy.
Oh yeah, but go back like go back,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like what they did with the Old Republic
Yeah, go
comics,
back
and just go back
thousands.
to 5,000 years, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally different.
Like the very first run of those comics is so far back that the Jedis have got battery packs for their lightsabers.
cool.
There's
I like that.
like a lead that goes to their waist and to a power supply.
Like 1980s Jedis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your dad's first mobile phone.
And all the spaceships have basically got lots sails, not like cheesy sails, but like what they call them, solar sails.
Yeah,
which they use to catch the photons. From
Like
the
in
sun.
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
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 Or did you mean Babylon 5?
No, I meant Deep Space Nine.
DS9.
Captain Sisko builds one and takes his son on a trip.
He does.
Oh yeah.
It's an amazing episode.
It's very, very nice, isn't it? Very touching.
Yeah.
Father-son episode. I like that one.
Cisco's cool. That's why.
That's
Once
because
he shaves
plays
his head.
jazz.
Once he shaves his head,
Yeah.
that's when that show gets good. So Next Gen's good when Riker's
Card
got a
grows
beard.
hair.
Shit's going to happen. The dude shaved his head.
Is this episode good? Does Riker have a beard? Yes, it's good. Is this episode good? Does Cisco have a goatee and no hair? Yes, then it's good.
Right, what do we care more about? Stephen King's It Part 2 or Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy? I think Ross was going to go the other way.
No, I care more about Eddie Murphy, but he hasn't been funny for 30 years, so...
And it's quite...
Tell me more about Stephen King's It, Part 2.
All right, we'll do a quick rundown of both. So Stephen King's It, they've completed the cast for the adult version of The Losers Club.
Jessica Chastain, is she...
So you've got the last one to be added, actually, is Isaiah Mustafa. He was in Horrible Bosses. He's playing the little African-American kid. Jessica Chastain, of course, is, the girl. James McAvoy is playing Bill Denborough. And that's...
I saw this on Twitter and I just assumed it was a fan thing.
No, it's the truth.
It's legit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I just thought there's no way that they got those people to be in it.
So who's the little kid that gets killed at the beginning?
Georgie.
So he's Georgie's older brother, no?
Yeah, the stuttery one. Is James McAvoy in it?
Bill Denborough. Is he the one with the stammer? I don't think he is. I think it's a different character. Jan Ryan as Ben Hascom. That's the chubby kid. Bill Hader as Richie Tozier. That's Finn Wolfhard in the first part.
Sorry.
Finn Wolfhard is the kid from
Just love the name.
Stranger Things that nobody likes, isn't he?
Yeah.
James Ranson as Eddie Kazbrak. That's the Jewish one. Andy Bean as Stanley Uris, which is the one with the stammer. And then all of the children are actually reported to return as well, likely appearing in flashbacks.
Cool.
I'll cut that together. It'll sound
Is
alright.
doesn't the fat kid get disproportionately handsome?
So which one is he? So Jay Ryan. Who is he?
Don't know. It doesn't matter. But that's the point of his character, isn't it?
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I seem to remember that.
Bit of a cliche in it. Oh, I grew out of this puppy fat and went to the gym, and now the girls like me.
I once was an
The Rock.
ugly duckling.
There's a lot of examples of that being true.
Yeah, that's very true. Eddie Murphy, then. He's going to be starring in a biopic called Dolomite Is My Name. This might actually really interest you, Adam, because it's about the...
We know how much he loves biopics.
Depends.
It's centering around the life of Rudy Ray Moore,
Right.
who recorded the Dolomite comedy albums in the early 1970s and used the proceeds to finance the 1975 film Dolomite, in which he starred as a pimp and ghetto hero. So do you know much about any of this stuff?
I've heard of him and I've seen a couple of those films. So yeah, that might be quite interesting because he was a bit of a character.
So origins of stand-up comedy and stuff.
You know,
yeah.
This is one of those things where Paul Brown would be like, "Oh yeah, I know all about this."
Yeah, he'd love.
This
He'd
is
love
right
those,
in his
he'd
ballpark, isn't it?
Love those. They're like I suppose they're like
Really kitschy 70s stuff. Yeah, I'm well
like
on board
sort
with
of
that.
Sexploitation, exploitation.
Blaxploitation.
Yeah, movies. Like I said, I've seen a couple of them. I enjoy that stuff. I think it's hilarious. Like the comedy they put into it is genius. And they're not very well made, so they're always enjoyable.
Obviously, he did quite well in his stand-up years, didn't he, Eddie Murphy? So it might give him a bit of a chance to go back to, well, at least acting in that sort of area.
He was hot shit for a decade, wasn't he?
He was, man. Yeah.
He released albums.
And hilarious.
His song is the best song on GTA Vice
Oh, I
City.
love that. Yeah, it's amazing.
party on the
His hot tub gig, his hot tub sketch from Saturday Night Live is fucking amazing.
The thing is, like, when you go back and you watch his stand-up comedy now, it's almost like just watching someone having a breakdown after their wife split up with them and degrading and pissing all over the idea of women and women's rights. And it's just like, it's not even funny for the time. Like, it's just, he's an angry man who hates women.
Too busy grooving myself out to Eddie Murphy's song. I missed who you were talking about.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, it was him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went back to his old stand-up, and yeah, it's just anger.
Okay.
Like, it's really not very good.
Oh dear.
But yeah, his sketches from Saturday Night Live and some of his early films, great. It's just, yeah, the stand-up was a bit of an eye-opener recently, and it makes a lot more sense to some of the stuff that's happened in the public eye with his family and shit.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
That'll be the snooze button then.
Yes, it is.
Was that your phone just going?
It was.
That's
It just
good timing.
vibrated the snooze button at me.
Rightio. So, we're getting an Addams Family animated movie in the summer next year.
I haven't okayed that.
If anyone cares.
No one cares.
Addams Family.
No one in this room cares.
So you don't want to know who's starring in it then?
No,
Voice acting.
skip that. The snooze button's gone.
Okay, Val Kilmer. He's going to be back in Top Gun 2 as who was he? Iceman. That's the one.
Oh, God.
Which is good because like the only cast member who'd been revealed thus far was Tom Cruise. So everyone's like, is it just him? Is it just a solo movie?
I just want them to be living together as gay husband and husband. That would just
That'd
be
be
so
very good.
amazing.
Singing bloody Everly Brothers songs to each other. Is it the Everly Brothers?
Do you know, this is such a nerdy, such a fucking Bovington Tank Museum thing I'm going to say. Do you know what I'm going to really miss about Top Gun 2?
What?
There won't be F-14 Tomcats in.
Well, they're not. Is it not going to be
'cause
set in
they
the
don't
past?
use them
No, it won't be,
anymore.
will it? Because they're all older. No. Okay. What will they be
And
now?
it's a really pretty plane.
What is it? Sorry, the new one?
Probably F-35s. So
Okay.
Starscream from the new Transformers movies is an F-35, or he might be an F-22, but they're basically the same plane.
We'll talk
Similar.
more about that in a minute. Right.
Oh yeah, we got that to talk about, haven't we?
Legally Blonde 3, Adam. There's a Legally Blonde 3 coming.
First one was okay. I didn't know there was a second.
But Reese Witherspoon is back. Yeah, the second one was really panned.
I didn't.
Really
I
badly panned.
never even knew there was one.
Yeah, I've not gone near any of them, to be honest. But yes, there's a third one coming. And, the Speed Bus was sold off at auction this week, guys.
Oh,
For $102,000.
really? Is that it?
Yeah, didn't get a lot of money. but-
Jesus.
And then something that won't interest you at all, Adam, is that there's a Ghostbusters Fan Fest announced for the 35th anniversary of the movie.
Yep,
Do you know about this?
I do.
Okay. So it's going to be a collaboration between Wizard World and Sony Pictures, as well as the Ghostbusters Corporation. And they've teamed up to announce the Ghostbusters Fan Fest presented by Wizard World to be held June the 8th and 9th, 2019 at Ghost Corp's headquarters on the famed Sony Pictures studio lot in Culver City, California. So if you're listening in America...
Yeah, I can't go to that. I can't afford it, but that sounds amazing.
There you go. Like a Comic-Con, just for Ghostbusters.
Yes, please.
It'd be cool, wouldn't it?
They should do one over here, just a ghost con.
Just set it up, Adam. Just do it.
Yeah, I know all the UK Ghostbuster people, not under my real name, so...
Why not under your real name?
Well, everyone used to use... I just carried on using the name that I used on the forums from years ago with the people I chat with.
Right.
Because it's just always been that way.
Gatekeeper.
Keymaster.
No, I'm neither of that. I'm nothing that good. But yeah, so yeah, maybe I should start chatting to the UKGB forum people and see if we can come up with something good. I know there's-
Gatekeeper plus Keymaster equals Armageddon is my username. Find me on what's it called? Windows Live Chat. What's it called? MSN Messenger. Find me on MSN Messenger.
Yeah, I've never been to one of the meetups they've had because it's always been when I'm like at a festival or something. But yeah, I'd like to meet all the other UK guys and find out what they do and who they are.
Fair enough. Look, there's loads of trailers here to talk about, so let's whiz through these pretty quick. Ryan Gosling is playing Neil Armstrong in The First Man. Did you see a trailer for that this week by any chance?
Is there a trailer out for it?
Yes.
No, I haven't
No.
seen the trailer, but that'd be interesting. He flew an X-15,
Did he?
which is really interesting.
Ooh. That's probably quite tough work, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, what?
For somebody
getting-
that doesn't fly a plane
Mate,
at all. That's like a super fast jet, right?
It's
It's one of the ones that can go up into the atmosphere. no?
I was reading up on it the other day because I'm such a fucking military equipment nerd.
Right.
And they awarded all the pilots astronaut wings.
Cool.
Afterwards, because it would go so high.
So does that mean he's got his astronaut wings?
Well, yeah, he's the first man on the moon. I'm sure he got.
No,
them for
not Neil Armstrong. Ryan Gosling.
No, oh no, he didn't fly an X-15.
Oh right,
Neil Armstrong was one
did.
of the F-15 test pilots.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Surefire way of getting yourself into the NASA,
Into the space program. Yeah, definitely.
What did you fly? The fastest plane ever made. What? Yeah, the fastest plane ever made. Where did you fly it? Nearly into space. Do you want to be an astronaut?
All right.
Pretty good at maths.
Anyway, that's directed by Damien Chazelle. That's the guy that did La La Land, of course. So high hopes for that movie. It looks very good. All of these trailers are on our Facebook page if you want to go and find them. Halloween 2018.
Is this the kind of reboot but not reboot?
Yes,
reboot?
so this is a soft reboot. That's our favourite word of the moment, isn't it? Yes. So Michael Myers has gone off to prison, and Laurie Strode, as that's Jamie Lee Curtis's character, has gone, right, he's definitely going to escape from prison, so I'm going to do some badass training. So she spends all her time working out and learning how to shoot guns and stuff, and yeah, he gets out of prison.
Oh,
but this one's being held. Oh, so this one erases all of the films from 2 onwards. So it's
even H2O.
Yeah,
including 2, or
including 2.
Oh, okay.
So
because H2O was actually a return to the timeline, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was quite a good film. I quite enjoyed that one.
You could argue this is covering some of the same ground, though, couldn't you?
Yeah,
because it's kind of him coming back and then her trying to badass kill him, which she does, doesn't she? She chops somebody's head off at the end, but it turns out it wasn't him. She thought it was him,
dun, dun.
But so he had tricked her into chopping off some sort of random innocent character's head at the end. It's an ambulance driver or something, isn't it? Do you remember?
I've seen it once in the cinema in Canterbury.
Okay. Go and watch it again. It's actually worth it. I think it's all right. But this one's being handled by Blumhouse, who are obviously making a lot of horror films, and quite a lot of them are very successful. I had a look at the totals had a look at their budgets and their totals today. A quick rundown on Wikipedia. Go and have a look at it. And honestly, every single film they ever makes easily twice back its budget. Easily.
Cool.
And a lot of them are made for 10 million, and they make 20s, 30s, 50s. So, yeah, very good. If you want some a quick rundown of some of the movies they did in the last sort of decade: Paranormal Activity, The Purge, Ouija, Creep, The Gift, The Visit, Hush, Split, Get Out, The Balco Experiment, and Upgrade most recently.
So I like 4 of those.
Okay.
And the others I think are really low quality.
They're super successful though, all of them.
Paranormal Activities, I don't get it.
It was pretty good, the first one. It was good. I went to the cinema for that. Predator.
Yay.
Yay, there's a new trailer for that.
Looks okay.
Did you see it?
Yeah, looks okay.
No.
2 predators having a bit of a go at each other.
Oh, I just don't care. I really don't care.
It just looks okay.
Do you know what? I'd rather just watch Predator.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking fantastic.
It is good, isn't it?
I haven't seen Predators yet. I've got it on my Plex server as well.
It's better than Alien versus Predator.
It is better than Alien versus Predator.
Is AVP 2 better than AVP?
No. It's just it's exactly...
Alien versus Predator 2 is the most... Oh, it's awful.
It's exactly the same as the first one.
Better than the first one?
No, it's the same or worse somehow.
But they're in the pyramid under the Arctic, and they've always been there. They just need to be woken up every 10,000 years. Fuck off! Retcon cunts.
I'm going to have to beep that out. We haven't had a C word on this show for months.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Right, Chris Hemsworth. He's in a new movie called Bad Times at the El Royale, which is another movie about a hotel where kind of like hitmen and nasty people go and stay.
The what?
The El Royale.
Oh.
It looks very good. Go and have a look at the trailer. We seem to have a bit of a spurge. Is that the right word?
Spurge.
Spurge?
Splurge?
Splurge. Spurge? Splurge?
Splurge.
I'm sure there's another word.
Not
Too much coffee again.
Not spurge, splurge.
Oh, yeah. We seem to have a few of these movies coming, though. All very much about the same sort of thing.
Yeah. It's just that's the problem now. Like when something that is original gets done or semi-original, then everyone does something similar for a
They're
while.
all just ripping off John Wick, basically.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon 3 trailer for that.
I haven't seen the second one.
It's all right, actually. It's not brilliant, but it's... If this one wraps up the trilogy nicely, I, for one, will show these films to my kids, like, in 10, 15 years.
I bet they're not as good as Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Do you not think?
I fucking love those films. They're both amazing.
Once I get past my frustration with the fact that someone came up with the same idea as me and managed to make it into a film before I could make it into a comic, then maybe I'll watch Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. But until I can get over that,
Get over it, mate, because the film's
I know.
amazing.
Yeah, I
the
know.
film will probably make you get over it and go, because you'll probably go, yeah, they did a really good job of that.
I'd have done it better.
I don't know about that, mate. You won't be sat here recording a podcast.
No, you know what I mean though. Like in my head, it's like I have this exact idea of what I was doing, and now I can't do it because if I do it, everyone's going to be like, "That's the same as that."
Oh, it didn't stop What's Her Face with fucking Hunger Games, did it?
Well, no, that's true.
I've never heard of Battle Royale. Fuck off. It's like Fortnite guys going, I've never heard of the Hunger Games.
Fortnite guys going, I've never heard of Battle Royale. More to the point, they're being sued, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
What?
The Fortnite. The stupid thing is, like, so what's this other game called?
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
So the guys that own PUBG are suing the guys that make Fortnite because of the Battle Royale concept. But the stupid thing is that the PUBG engine
Is the Unreal Engine that is made by Epic who make Fortnite, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So how can they sue them? But it's happening. You know, intellectual property
You
being what it is.
sue someone over a game concept. Like, in the sense of, like, a battle royale. That's like a team mode.
I
or
came up with this
unteam
game
mode,
where
like-
a guy runs from left to right and jumps up and down. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, Mario did that
I've done that.
first, sorry.
And why shouldn't the guys that created Battle Royale, the movie, just come and sue the lot of them?
Well, yeah, because they got battle royale in the net. Oh, because it's a mode and a type of a wrestling match. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Anyway, do you really think Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is better than How to Train Your Dragon 1 then, Ross?
I think Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2 are two movies that could be made by Pixar. They're that good.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I need to stick them on my watch list.
Maybe I will have to watch them.
The Girl in the Spider's Web, which is like the American, again, soft reboot of the... What's it called? The
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah, but it's called something else,
Girl
isn't
that
it?
played with fire.
It's the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
The Millennium Trilogy.
That's the one. So yeah, with Claire Foy taking the main
Queen
role.
Lady.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the girl.
She's the Queen Lady.
She plays the Queen in The Crown, right? Oh, and she's the lead in Steven Soderbergh's iPhone movie, Unsane,
Okay.
just recently as well. But yeah, her playing Lisbeth. The trailer looks all right, actually. Go and have a look.
Does it look... random bit of information here. There are 7 authors at the moment releasing books through the library that look exactly like the same font and style of cover with the same like style of title for their books as The Girl with the Dragon. So there's one called the Woman with the Blue Dress, and then the font's done the same and the covers are done. It's just like, you're just ripping off someone else's idea. Like,
Mate, they do that all the
it's
time.
so
They fucking
ridiculous. I
the
hate it now.
Adam West Batman movie, they made it look like Batman Begins.
Yeah, it's true.
When they brought it out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw that. So that people in Tesco's just shopping would go,
cut the wrong one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
But they do it all the time with like low budget version. Well, not low budget versions, but low budget movies come out with very similar titles
Yeah.
all the time.
So like a Rampage of Monsters will have exactly the same cover as Rampage.
Yeah.
It's just the guy in the middle won't be as ripped and handsome as The Rock.
I saw one.
The Rock. There's no smouldering intensity in that shot.
I saw one the other day. It was called Guardians of the Tomb. So the font used is Guardians of the Galaxy font,
Right.
but it's like a Tomb Raider looking kind of cover or a hybrid of the two. So perhaps they're going for both markets.
Is that the Jackie Chan? Yeah, I think that's the Jackie Chan film.
Is it a Jackie Chan movie?
And over here, someone else has done the cover for it, and mishmash different films together. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there you go. Dodgy stuff, mate. Dodgy marketing stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, White Boy Rick, which is a Matthew McConaughey movie about a guy. Actually, this looks really bloody interesting. So, 1984. There's a guy called Richie Merritt. No, there's a guy called Ricky Wersch who's being played by Richie Merritt, and basically he was a Detroit street hustler, a drug kingpin, and an FBI informant before his 16th birthday.
Oh,
So
cool.
what have you done with your life, Adam?
I've done shitloads. That's why I'm so tired.
So if that doesn't interest you, then maybe a Robin Williams documentary called Come Inside My Head will be.
Definitely.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's being made by HBO as well.
Rad.
So yeah, have a look at the trailer for that. It looks immediately interesting. I think it's...
And if you get a chance, just out of interest, Every Frame a Painting, very, very good YouTube series of not just essays, but also very clever ways of looking at how films are made. When Robin Williams died, they did a beautiful 7-minute little documentary about how his physicality is used in the movies he's in, and it's really interesting. It's worth a watch.
cool. What was it called, sorry?
Every Frame a Painting.
Oh, that's the name of the series, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. There's
okay.
lots of different ones on different things, like how Jackie Chan's movies are made.
Cool. Bradley Cooper's new movie, A Star Is Born, featuring Lady Gaga, actually, as a pair doing some country music. I quite like country music, so it looks a bit like a cheesy Crazy Heart. I don't know if you guys saw Crazy Heart.
No.
It's bloody amazing.
Sounds awful.
It's a brilliant film.
All of that.
Anyone that loves music...
Stop talking about it.
Anyone that loves music should definitely go and watch that film. Bumblebee.
Oh, fuck off.
There's a Transformers trailer for what could be the best Transformers movie ever.
Well, it's not going to be the best Transformers ever, because Transformers the movie is the best Transformers movie.
Well,
I think the statement, it might be the best Transformers
correct.
movie ever, is right.
The
'Cause
best
it's definitely going to be better than all of the other new recent ones if they're lucky.
I'll rephrase. The best Transformers live-action movie.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks to me like, because like Starscream is kind of a more traditional looking
Yeah, it's like a
Starscream.
G1 Starscream, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like an F4 Phantom.
And Bumblebee, Volkswagen have finally allowed them to use the
Awesome.
Beetle, so he's going back to that sort of...
So they're finally realising you should do what your fans said.
Yeah. And the budget is far lower, so I think it's something stupid like 80 million or something. So they can't afford the licensing for lots and lots of Transformers. So you're going to have a bit more like a Deadpool situation, where you'll have,
Yeah.
Bumblebee as the hero, Starscream's the bad guy, not too many other Transformers in between.
But hang on, it's in Hasbro's interest to let them use
True.
characters so they can make toys.
True. But with a low budget as well, it's the special effects as well, isn't it? I'm quite excited by this film. The idea that they could reboot and go for
Gen 1.
Generation 1, and start again and do the Transformers how people would like them to do the Transformers.
Thing is, it's not going to do as well as they want it to, because it's not going to have enough characters in, and it's not going to sell enough toys.
It's Transformers. I know people that
Yeah.
will go to the cinema because it's Transformers, the same as people will go to the cinema because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
Rampage, Rumble, Frenzy, Ratbutt, Transform.
it's not a bad impression.
I was trying not to go too much like a Cylon from the original Battlestar, because they're like, by your command. It's literally the only thing they say,
I
isn't
can't do a
it?
robot voice.
They go, by your command.
Anyway, you two are a bit less impressed by that than I thought you were going to be.
I'm alright, I'm just a bit...
The new Mortal
With
Engines
Transformers.
trailer finally dropped online.
That looks fucking out
It
there,
looks
that book,
really
doesn't
mentally quite bad, actually.
I've seen it now, and yeah.
Go and look at the CGI. Have a close look at the CGI. The bit with the flying machine and the woman picking up the kids from London. And
It's not a CGI.
Oh my God,
obviously.
London's driving
the
down the
CGI
road.
It's basically Hunger Games, but with cities.
On big rolling cities.
Yeah, I'm just bored of that shit.
we've not had big rolling cities before.
No, but the Hunger Games-esque thing, like they'll ruin the idea of the giant cities by having this whole Hunger Games bullshit going on.
It looks like it's going to be set in the backdrop, well, with the rolling cities thing very much as a backdrop.
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean.
They're not making that a feature. That's
No,
kind
that's
of like
what the whole film
that's
should
what
be
the
about.
world's like, man. And we've got this
Yeah.
drama going on in between. Yeah,
Well, they're
so-
teen books again. just like Hunger Games, just like
At least they haven't shied away from giving her a proper facial scar.
yeah.
The girl in it looks like she's been properly injured, and it's not like what's that film that we hated? Well,
Ready
you
Player
hated
One, yeah.
Ready Player One. That's the one.
Oh, you slipped up there and said we hated. Oh, did you hear that,
I was
Ross?
just thinking of Ready Player One then, because we were talking about books that we're all indifferent about. I was just going to make a joke about, hey, Ready Player One was a movie this year, wasn't it?
It was.
We've all forgotten about it already.
Although
I haven't forgotten. I just choose to forget.
it popped up online. There's an HD version of it kicking around, so I'm going to watch it with the missus tonight, I think,
Good luck.
because I have got to watch it again. For some reason. Spider-Man.
I know if I watch
Yeah.
that with Anna, she'll fucking hate it.
What, Spider-Man?
No,
Ready Player One.
One, but she's going to make me watch The Greatest Showman, and I'll go watch that.
That's supposed to be very good, though, The Greatest
Yeah,
Showman.
but it's my time's limited, isn't it?
Fair enough.
He
So's
says
everybody's.
watch Ready Player One again for a second time.
So's
Plus more
everybody's.
watch, Adam.
But Ross's takes priority for some reason. Spider-Man, Into the Multiverse.
The trailer looks amazing. I love
Or
the
Into the
animation.
Spider-Verse, sorry.
Yeah, I love the animation style. The voices sound great. The versions of the characters look cool. Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, that was a nice little surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I say surprise. I shouldn't really be surprised. It's the
It's
Spider-Verse.
the Spider-Verse, and the Spider-Verse comic series, like limited run, like one-off story they did a little while ago, and all the characters that then come from that have been fantastic, most of them. So, yeah, I'm well up for it.
They did a video game of this, didn't they?
Sort of, yeah.
Was it any good?
It's only got 4. It's got Noir Spider-Man, 2099 Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man. And it's a good, playable, fun, 3D sort of beat-em-up platformer. But it's nothing more than that. The storyline's
Not like
as
the
good
new
as
one
comics,
looks so good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are you going to get that?
What, the new Spider-Man game?
Yeah.
That's coming out in September, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just before my birthday.
Oh.
Hint, hint. If you're listening to this, Jilly. Hi. Do you remember
Yeah.
that Spider-Man game I keep mentioning?
Yeah, to be
Should
honest...
be like 45 quid. Not paying that.
That's the thing with Into the Spider-Verse. If it links to the live-action Spider-Man film and it links to the comics and a cartoon series and the new game in some way, then I'm all for them doing a silly... Like, even if it's just nods,
Yeah.
or they characters from different ones can turn up, like they did with the movie and the cartoon series a little while ago were linked, then I'm all for it.
I think this is quite a bold move, actually, from
Yeah.
Sony. Going for a cinematic release of a cartoon.
Yeah, why not? It's Spider-Man. It's the biggest selling toy and franchise
It is.
ever.
It
so
is. Very true.
why not?
Let's hope it pans out. Anyway, right. Anything else to say?
No.
So that wraps up the trailers. Oh, no, it doesn't. There's one more. The Lego movie.
Yeah.
There's a Lego movie second part trailer as well.
Mad Max.
It is Mad
then
Max
if you
with
were saying
Lego.
that, then there's a Wreck-It Ralph 2 one as well.
Yeah, we
isn't there?
covered that last week.
How did we cover one, not the other? I
'Cause-
thought they came out on the same day, didn't
No.
they?
No. Days apart.
2 days apart, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Lego one looks amazing. The whole Mad Max thing, but with that Lego sense of humour. So kids can enjoy it for what it is and adults can get something slightly different out of it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Hello, cyborgs.
That's always the key with good animation, though, isn't it? Entertaining your adults and your children at the same time.
Like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2.
And How to Train Your Dragon. And Toy Story.
Yeah.
And The Simpsons.
Yeah.
No, The Simpsons hasn't been like that for years, though, has it?
Has it not?
It's more
Don't
of
know,
an
I gave up
adult.
watching it.
They've kind of grown with their
teen
audience.
adult thing, yeah.
Fair enough. Right, anyway, that's it for trailers.
Cool.
That's all we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
Let's wrap
so.
up the podcast. If you want to go and look at anything that we do outside of the podcast, please go and have a look at our Facebook page. You'll find a load of links there. Honourable mentions for Libsyn and Sticher,
Who helped us pin the competition post to the top of our Facebook page.
because we needed a hand.
Yeah.
That's like calling tech support. Libsyn, what do we do?
And then Stitch comes along and goes, this pin.
Let me pass you through to Stitcher. Hold, please. If you'd like to write into us about anything at all, please do so. If you want to enter our competition, the email that you need is snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. You can Facebook us. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us. You can message us through YouTube. Anything you want.
Yeah.
Just say hi, man. Hello.
Send us some responses, some questions.
And if
Some
you could
ideas.
give us some reviews and some likes and stuff wherever you find us, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. Unless you guys have got anything else to chuck in here, I'll just say we'll say goodbye, shall we?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ta-ra.
We'll see you next time.
See you, Les.
Bye, bye.